Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin, and with me today is a good friend, Carly O'Donoghue, and we're doing a bit of a Christmas special. We're going to highlight 5 books that we think you should put on your Christmas list that you want for yourself, or these are perfect gifts for other people. So, Carly, how are you doing today?
Oh, I am fabulous. And thank you for inviting me back. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
Too
I
long.
think I got less hair than the last time you were on here.
Oh, but
So,
excited, really excited to get into these books. Again, we haven't done a book review in a long time, but this is, as you said, everyone is asking, what do I get that person for Christmas? And we've chosen some books. They're not all business books.
no,
It's just great books that are inspirational that you can give to family members, friends, staff members.
the books that we're going to talk about, because we're not going to dig into it in a lot of detail, we're just going to go, these are the books. This is one or two things that we liked about it and why it will suit certain people. And I think when people go through the 5 books, they'll go, okay, I know who that would suit. I know who that would be good for. And then they know what not to send us because we already have these books. Except the ones you're going to show, I don't have them. And you don't have the one that I'm going to, one
Nope.
of the ones I have.
No.
So do you want to do the first book?
Yeah, sure. All right. This one is my absolute favorite book. It's called Untamed. It says, stop pleasing and start living.
Ooh.
Oh, it is fabulous. This is probably one of the books that it was recommended to me by one of my girlfriends, and it has changed the way I view my life and the way I really live my life. So it's not a book just for women. It's about a woman's journey. She was married, she had kids, she had a great job, and it's actually a true story. So on paper, why wasn't she happy? She should have been happy, but she's not. So really questioning, why are you doing things in your life and who are you doing them for? And have you lost yourself along the way? So when is the last time that you could say to yourself, I love this version of me?
Ooh. Oh, that's deep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I
And
ask you a question? Did you
yeah,
cry when you read this book?
I cry when I read most books.
Actually, it's only
So,
then, because unless
oh,
people are watching the video, I could see the look in your face when you actually said that,
yeah.
that I could tell you were reflecting back on something you'd read in the book, and I could see like emotion on your face at the same
Yeah,
time,
and this is
which
why
then
books are
started to upset
fabulous.
me. And I'm thinking, okay, settle down.
No, it's a good thing. So I think that any book that you read, if it elicits emotions in you, it's a fabulous book. And the writer doesn't necessarily want you to go on the journey, the exact journey that they went on, but you can relate it to different things in your life.
Mm.
So, what does it take for you to step out of the cage that you've put yourself in your life? If you have, and you may not even realize you're doing it, when you're trying to please people along the way in your life and not be truly honest to who you are, this book is just, it touches on certain points that you go, oh, yeah, actually, the way I've been brought up is the way that I think things should be in life. And it's not. You've got blinkers on, and it teaches you how to take those blinkers off and say, have the courage to actually do what you want to do in life and not have the fear of losing what you already have. There's one thing from the book that I think was really good is it says, the only thing that was ever wrong with me was my belief that there was something wrong with me.
It's a good quote.
So the only thing that was ever wrong with me was the belief that there was something wrong with me.
You are the quote queen, aren't you?
Oh, I love them. I love them. I love them.
Mm.
So you go next, Tyson.
Okay, so it was funny that the book that I thought I'd talk about first is The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yeah.
And on here it says, the Japanese phenomenon that shows how to free yourself, change your life, and achieve real happiness. And once again, it's a fictional story between a youth and a philosopher. And this philosopher has 2 types of thinking, where you've got Freud's psychology, where there's a cause and effect. And then he talks a lot about Adler psychology, where it doesn't matter what happened in the past, what you choose to do tomorrow is entirely up to you. And this youth is challenging the philosopher about this. And the philosophers keep explaining to him, there's all these different things you're doing in life, that you're purely doing it because you're just trying to please other people, instead of just doing things that you should be doing just for yourself that are going to make you happy. So, and that's what it's all about. The courage to be disliked is sometimes for you to be happy, other people are going to dislike you for that. And one of the things that I highlighted in the book is, let me get to that page. And I did this purely as a podiatry example. So for a podiatrist listening to this, it'd be when you go to increase your fees, some people are hesitant to do it because they're concerned what the patients are going to think. Saying no to patients, they're concerned what the patients are going to think. And doing podiatry your way. So saying if there's certain parts of podiatry you don't want to do, if it's going to make you happy, then yeah, there's a chance it's going to make other people unhappy.
Oh, totally. And I think all business owners go through that. Like, what's the right thing to do and what's the wrong thing, and what's someone else doing. And it comes back to that fear of being different and that fear of maybe getting criticized by someone. But if you're getting criticized, you're probably doing the right thing. It's scaring that other person. So it's eliciting fear in them.
So your book and this book, I think, almost go hand in hand. They're two different stories.
Yep.
But they're both basically saying to everyone, you need to be happy with what you're doing.
That's
and
right.
I was talking to a client just recently, and they were saying about something that they wanted to do. And I go, you doing that for you? Is that something you want to do because it's going to make you happy? Are you doing it because that's what's expected of you? And
that's right. So you're going to disappoint somebody.
About that. Yeah.
But if you're living your life always disappointing yourself, then are you really living your life?
Okay. So what's your next book?
All right. So
moving right along.
On to the third book. Now, a lot of people would know this man. He has done a lot of running recently. His name is Ned Brockman. And there will be some dislike or people that don't like him and people that love him. Now, I'm a person that loves him. This is the book here. It's called Ned Brockman Showing Up. Now, this is his first book. He has brought out a second book here called Fired Up. And I'm only really recommending the first book, Showing Up. So
sorry, Ned.
Sorry?
Sorry, Ned. Yeah, recommending the first book.
Well, I think he brought out the book too soon after the second one. And he hasn't really lived enough of his life to put out another book. So the second book was half of his first book, but it was just telling, involving the coaches and other parts of his life. But the first book, called Showing Up, it's about his run across Australia. And it is the most motivational book that I have read in a long time, other than the tennis player Ash Barty. I really loved her book, but that was more of a team building, where Ned goes into how the team actually got him across the line. So he ran across Australia, for those who don't know, for 46 days. He planned to run about 100 Ks a day. Recently, his recent venture was running 1,000 miles in 12 days. And there's a lot of publicity around it. But the actual book goes into his injuries, what sort of footwear he had to wear, his nutrition, the team around him, how they kept him going, and his mental strength, and showing up, being accountable for what you say you're going to do, and knowing that you can actually do hard things. And I think that's really important, because I think that a lot of people have lost the accountability of themselves. So this
but I like the example you said, though, before we press record. You were telling me about this book, and you said that you might see a tree or a lamppost or something 50 meters away, and you go, oh, I'm going to run there. And also, normally you would stop, but since reading this book, you go, Ned wouldn't stop.
Oh, it's so funny,
because you read through that extra 50 meters.
That's right. So reading this book, this is so motivational. Guess what? I'm going to go for a run. It's like, okay,
as you do.
Not a runner. However, let's put on some shoes, and you go for a run. And first of all, I was thinking, this is actually pretty easy. I'm running. And then I thought, do you know what? To be completely honest with myself, I think I'm only fast walking or a really slow jog. So I then went, okay, let's turn this fast walk into an actual run. So I then picked up the pace and running through the reserve, and I see this tree about probably, I don't know, maybe 50 meters away, because I wanted to stop then.
Yeah.
50 meters away, and maybe it was 100 meters, but
Let's go
running,
for the
and I
100.
went, oh, yeah, I need to stop. And I'm thinking, no way, Ned wouldn't stop. And Ned got me through to getting to that tree, because mentally you think you can't do something, but physically your body is stronger than you think it is. So I think a lot of things we do in life and in business, mentally we stop ourselves from doing it. So our mental roadblocks stop us from getting to the point which we actually want to get to.
They inspired
and that's why I love this book. Oh, my quotes.
Oh, your quote. What's the quote from your book?
Actually, I've got two. This is what I was talking about with accountability. He says, becoming more personally accountable for your actions will help you in every area of your life, which it will. And this one is, anyone can claim they're going to set out and do something, but very few are willing to follow through with meaningful action.
Sounds like some of the people that contact me about coaching.
Boom. Excellent.
Yeah. Some people that contact me about coaching, they say, yeah, I'm going to get started next month.
Yep.
And I just go, of course you are.
Yeah. But that's what sets people apart. They go, oh, how did you do that? You just go, well, you just go and do it.
Yeah.
You think about it. So stop thinking and start doing.
Okay. Next book is mine. And this is one of my favorite books. It's not motivational. So everyone can settle in. This is purely a business book, get more stuff done book. The 12-week year, get more done in 12 weeks than others do in 12 months. So the whole idea of it, or the premise of the book from my thinking, was he says that most people will set goals for the year or things they want to get done for a year period. And they get to January, February, they go, I still got 10 months before the end of the year. And they just mosey on through. Then a quarter of the year disappears, then half of the year. And it's not until about the last 3 months, the last 12 weeks, where people start going, oh, I said I was going to do such and such, lose weight, do better at work, have a better business, whatever it is, that they really start putting in the work that's needed. And they may or may not hit the goal, but that's when all the work gets done. So he thought, well, why not split the year into 4 parts, 4 13 weeks segments, but set goals for 12 weeks and then have a week off. Set goals for 12 weeks, have a week off. So therefore, you're pushing yourself 4 times a year. And by doing that, you get a lot done. So I've been doing that all of this year. Although this past 2024, I've set these 12-week goals. And I have it in my calendar, read today's goals. So I go to my brain book and I've got it all written down at the front on a Post-it note, what I'm achieving for this 12 weeks. And since doing that this year, I've hit it every single time.
Yeah, good
all
work.
the way through. And I've already
Well
got
done.
next year all planned out. I go to my calendar now, and on my Google Calendar, I've already got the 12-week segment blocked out and my 1 week off. And it's important to have that 1 week off. The idea is to push yourself for 12 and then have a week off. Now, you might still have a holiday during that 12 weeks.
But it's planned.
You might go to Hawaii. It doesn't matter. But your goals are still set for that 12 weeks. But on that 13th week, you do nothing. You just
I'm going to
trying to achieve anything.
You said that you weren't going to motivate, but you have motivated me to buy those 2 books. They're
a
a Christmas
fantastic
present
book.
to myself.
It is.
Love it.
I'll send you a copy. I'm going to send you a copy of this, Carly.
Brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that. You've guilted me in, even though guilt is a wasted emotion, you've guilted me into not planning my next year
until you read this book.
Yeah. Look at us go next year. We're going to be on fire.
It's one of those books that most people say this is one of the books you need to read, because you will get a lot more done if you're doing it in these 12-week blocks. Now, the 5th book we're going to talk about is a book that you and I both like, that we both have a copy of it, and we think everybody should put this on the Christmas list if they don't have it for themselves or for friends. And it is The One Thing.
One Thing.
Do you have the hardcover? I have the hardcover.
Oh, no, I have the soft cover.
You have the soft cover.
Yeah.
I spent the extra. I got the hardcover. No, I got it when it first came out. When the book first came out, I got this one.
Now, we've spoken about this book in podcasts before.
We have.
But why we're talking about it today, because this is a Christmas edition, Christmas present edition, and it is an inexpensive book that will change the life of the person you give it to, because everybody's got 50,000 things on their to-do list. You won't get any of them done if you look at all of them. If you focus on one of those things and say, look, I need to just complete this one thing for today and get it done, and you focus on that before anything else, the feeling that you have at the end of the day or the end of the week when you keep doing that is phenomenal. So this book is so simple, but is just so effective.
Yeah. And I think it goes, what's the one thing that if you did it now would make everything else easier or unnecessary? And as you can see, we did do the book review. That's why I've got so many tags on this particular book if you're watching the video. And that's why these two books together, the 12-week year and the one thing, are usually the two business books that I tell people, put them together and it's going to help you so much. We've done other book reviews.
Oh, there's heaps of great books out there.
Heaps of great books.
We've just chosen a couple for Chrissy.
But these are the ones that we think, if you don't own yourself, tell your partner, your colleagues that, hey, if you're going to get me something, I'd like you to get me this book. And if you do read them over the Christmas break, you will start the new year off really well.
Yeah. You'll feel better about yourself. Absolutely.
Okay, Carly, thanks for coming on here. And
thanks,
in
Tyson.
2025, you're going to come back.
Yes,
and we will do some more book reviews so people can look out for that. And the reason is because you had people coming up to you saying, Carly, what happened to the book reviews?
That's right. I didn't realize people wanted more books. So there was a lot of pressure to read those books, and we are motivated again to do it. So, and we love it. We love it. Actually, since not doing the book reviews, we've both said we haven't read as many books this year as we did last year. So it's good for us as well. Yeah,
it's true. Okay, Carly, thanks for coming on here, and I'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Tyson. Bye.
Okay, bye.